Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, how to declare variables in Java. Let me answer. In order to declare variables in Java, we have to specify the data type before that variable name. This will allow us to declare a variable in Java. And what type of data type we have to specify before the variable name. It all depends on the type of value that you want to store into this variable. Based on that only, you have to specify the appropriate data type before this variable for declaring the variables in Java. Let me practically demonstrate this for you. For that, I'll switch to this Eclipse IDE where I close all this previous things. Just give me a second. Now, after closing this stuff, I'll just go to the project and create a new class. I'll say variable declaration demo. Okay, just some random class name I'm giving. And with main method, I'm going to create. So fine. Now inside this method or directly under the class, wherever you feel convenient, you give a variable name. Let's say name or like what I can say, I can give some name guys. Okay. Let's say wheels. Okay. Wheels. Wheels is one variable. Okay. Wheels is one variable name. So in order to declare this variable, so into the wheels, I am going to store some number. So based, because you know what type of data you want to store into this wheels variable, right? Based on that, you can declare that variable with that particular data type. For example, int. Because I want to store integer values into this wheels variable, I'm declaring that variable with int data type. This is what is variable declaration. Okay. I can declare many other variables, guys. Okay. I can declare many other variables. So for example, mileage is another variable. I would like to store some decimal value into this mileage. So I can declare this variable with double data type. Okay. This is a variable declaration examples. So another variable declaration is also variable declaration. Okay. Then any other stuff. For example, uh, what we can do is integer is over, double is over, some boolean value, let's say. Okay. Mm, does it have rooftop or not? Okay. Rooftop or moon roof or sunroof. Okay, whatever you call sunroof. Is sunroof option is there or not in the car, for example. So I want to store some boolean value into this variable like either true or false. So I have to declare this particular variable because I want to store boolean value. I have to declare this variable with boolean data type. Okay. Like that, based on the type of the data that you want to store into that variables, you have to, okay, you have to declare that particular variables with appropriate data type. These are few examples of variable declarations. Later, once the variables are declared, you can store values into these variables, guys. Okay, these statements are only for variable declaration. Once the variables are declared, then you can store any value into these variables, appropriate values. For example, into the wheels, okay, wheels is equal to 4. If I say, you can store that, okay. But can I store 4.5 here? I'll get an error. Why? Because wheels is declared with which data type? In data type. But you are trying to store which type of data? Decimal type of data, which is not allowed into the variable because variable is declared with which data type? In data type. Okay. This is what declaration makes things. Okay. When you declare a particular variable with some data type, the data type allowed values only can be stored into the variables, guys. Okay. So here 4 can be stored, but 4.5 cannot be stored. And into the mileage, I can store let's say mileage 23.45. I can store it because this mileage is declared with double data type. I can initialize or store this kind of value into this mileage variable. Okay. So the sunroof, which is declared with boolean, I cannot store integer values or I cannot store some decimal values. I can only store either true or I can store false. Only two values are allowed because this variable is declared with boolean data type. Okay. So this is what is declaration all about, guys. Okay. declaring a particular variable with some data type based on the type of the data that you want to store into the variables is nothing but variables declaration. So hope guys, you understood how to declare variables in Java. Before the variable name, you have to specify the appropriate data type based on the type of the value you want to store into the variable. So with practical demonstration, I have answered this question for you. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye-bye.